visited over 100 anime locations in Japan, and today I'm going to give you the ultimate guide to them all. Now, if I explained all 100, I feel like this video would go on for like literally hours, so today I'm just going to stick to like the most popular locations that I feel like everyone would be interested in hearing about. And I'm going to break all the locations down and categorize them by each anime. By the way, you can see all the anime locations I visited over on my shorts feed. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's actually a Japanese word for visiting real-life anime locations, which is Seichijunrei, which roughly translates to like going on a holy pilgrimage kind of thing. So yeah, I thought that could just be interesting for you guys to know, and I hope this video helps you on your Seichijunrei journey in Japan. So let's get into it. Also, I forgot to mention, I'll write the details of each location in the description box below. Okay, so I feel like I can't make a video on anime locations without starting with the most iconic anime location in Japan. So we're kicking off this video with Your Name or Kimi no Nawa, and our first location is the Your Name stairs. But they're not actually called the Your Name stairs. They're actually called like the Suga Shrine stairs because they're the stairs that lead to Suga Shrine. So these stairs appear right at the end of the anime when Mitsuha and Taki kind of like cross each other in Tokyo. I'm pretty sure like even famous people have visited it, and trust me, it gets so busy. So if you really want to enjoy the location and see it kind of like how it looks in the anime, I'd recommend getting there like early in the morning before it gets busy. As long as like the sun's up, I'd recommend getting there as like early as you can. But just remember, this is the entrance to a shrine, so remember to be like quiet and respectful while you're there. It genuinely looks so similar to how it looks in the anime, so make sure to like recreate some scenes while you're there. So these stairs are located in Yotsuya at the entrance of Suga Shrine, like I said earlier. And you can get here by taking the Chuo line to Yotsuya Station and then walking around 15 minutes to the stairs. Or you can get the metro to Yotsuya Chome Station and walk around 9 minutes to the stairs from there. But I'd personally recommend going from Yotsuya Station because there's actually more locations from the anime around there. So a lot of people don't know this, but this is actually where Taki and Okudera Senpai met for their date. But yeah, most people don't even know that this was also featured in the anime, but it's still super cool to see. And again, like the station looks just like it does in the anime. So yeah, there's a shot at like the entrance of Yotsuya Station, and then there's also a few like in front of it too. Okay, next we're moving on to my personal favorite anime locations, which are the ones from Jujutsu Kaisen. So I think most people know that like the majority of the Jujutsu Kaisen locations are located around Shibuya. But before I get into those locations, I couldn't talk about Jujutsu Kaisen without mentioning the iconic breakup KFC. Yes guys, this is the place where Gojo and Geto went their separate ways and shattered the hearts of all Sato Sugu shippers. So this KFC is called the Nishishinjuku KFC. Nishishinjuku meaning West Shinjuku, and that's because it's located right outside the west exit of Shinjuku Station. The road does get quite busy with like people passing through, so again, just be mindful of that and like try to get there a bit earlier if you can. So you can get here by taking any of the train lines to Shinjuku Station and then getting out at the west exit. And the KFC is like literally right in front of the west exit. You just come out and then it's like to your left. Okay, so now I've mentioned the iconic KFC, we're moving on to the Shibuya locations. So as I'm sure you know, there's actually so many Jujutsu Kaisen locations all around Shibuya, but in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on the ones that are inside Shibuya Station. So first is the platform where Gojo fights the cursed spirits and then ultimately gets sealed. So what's fun about this location is you can actually kind of follow Gojo's path to the platform. So I'd recommend getting there by first getting to the entrance of Shibuya Hikarie and then taking the escalator down to the station entrance. And if you like stop before actually getting to the station and then look back up to the escalator, you can see this location where Gojo was. And then if you carry on towards the station, you can also see this like hole in the ground where Gojo flew down to the platform. But sadly, we can't fly down like Gojo, so enter the station and make your way to the platform by following the signs for the Hanzomon line. And this is the platform that Gojo was sealed. So I looked up and down the platform for ages, and I'm pretty sure the actual place where he got sealed is on the right hand side opposite the hole in the ceiling that he flew down from. So yeah, here's some videos of the actual location to help you find it, and it was right next to like an information board, so I feel like if you can find that, you can find the actual location. And if you're getting the train to Shibuya, make sure you get the Hanzomon line, then you'll come out at this platform. And the next Jujutsu Kaisen location I'm going to talk about is also inside Shibuya Station, but it's a very, very sad location. Now I'm going to be talking about a major spoiler when I talk about this location, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, you've been warned. Don't get angry at me in the comments. But this is the location where Nanami died. A moment of silence, please. Yes, this scene also takes part in a real-life location inside the station, but it's kind of hard to get to. It took me like an hour or two to find, but I'll do my best to explain it to you. So first, get to the side of Shibuya Crossing where Tsutaya and the famous Starbucks is. Then you need to enter the station at the entrance that's right in front of that building that has Tsutaya and the famous Starbucks in. Then follow the signs to the Hanzomon line, but only until you get to this corner. So this is actually the same way that Itadori enters the station, and when he gets to this corner is when he sees Nanami. So this is our first location. And then just across the way, close to where there's like 3 pillars, is where Nanami lost his life and Itadori starts fighting Mahito. You may need to take some tissues with you when you go to this location. If you're getting there by train, take any of the lines to Shibuya Station, and then I'd recommend like exiting and re-entering the station to get to this location. Okay, moving on to Tokyo Revengers locations. So there's actually locations all over Tokyo, but today I'm going to be showing you my favorite, which is near Tokyo High School in Ota City. So this location appears in the anime after Takemichi meets Mikey and kind of like becomes friends with him. So after school, Draken, Mikey and Takemichi all take a bike ride along the river that's near their school. And this is the location that I want to talk about. So they take a break and like sit on the bank and look out to the river. And this location looks so pretty in the anime, and honestly it looks so pretty in real life too. If you're going to visit this location, I definitely recommend going around like 6ish when the sun's getting low, because I think that's around the time that it is in the anime, so it just makes it look so much more like the anime. It's also usually not very busy here too, so it's a great place to just like chill and like see a different side of Tokyo. So you can get here by taking the Tokyu Tamagawa line to Unoki Station, and then walking for about 6 minutes to Tokyo High School, and then you like follow the road up to where the river and like field is. And the actual location is about a 5-minute walk up the river like to your right. Okay, next we have locations from Haikyu. So these are our first locations on this list that are actually outside of Tokyo. And in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on all the locations that are located inside a town called Karumai. So Karumai has actually been labeled the real-life Haikyu town, and that's because so many of the locations from the anime are actually based off of this town. So first we have the school that Hinata and Kageyama go to, which is actually based off of Karumai High School. And then about a 2-minute walk down the road from the school is the real-life Sakanoshita Market. But unfortunately, I don't think it's a shop anymore, because when I went, it looked like it was shut down. But something that was crazy when I went was that like all around the school and the shop, there was like loads of crows. So I don't know if that's like a coincidence or like the writer actually based it off that town because of like all the crows there. Inside Karumai, you can also see where Kageyama and Hinata had their first match, and also see where Hinata met Kenma. So if you want to visit Karumai, I'd recommend getting a rent-a-car, because there's not much like public transport around the town. And the locations are kind of spread out, so I feel like they'd all be a bit too far to walk to. So I'd recommend getting the bullet train to Hachinohe Station and then picking up a rent-a-car there and driving around like 30 minutes to Karumai. Okay, moving back to Tokyo now, we have locations from Death Note. And side note, but Death Note is actually one of my favorite animes, so I really loved visiting these locations. And the main Death Note location I'm going to be focusing on today is the street where Light and Naomi like take a walk together, and then Light ends up writing Naomi's name in the Death Note. I feel like this is like such a iconic scene in the anime, so it's so cool to see like the real life location that it's set at. This actually happens around Kasumigaseki on a street called Kasumigaseki 2 or Kasumigaseki 2 Chome in Japanese. And it's where there's like loads of official government buildings in Tokyo, like the National Public Safety Commission. So I suppose it makes sense why they say it here. Also, if you go to these locations on like a cloudy, like gloomy day, it genuinely feels like you're in the anime. Like I think in the anime, like after he's written her name in the Death Note, it like snows. So yeah, if you go when it's like gloomy weather, that's perfect. So you can get here by taking any of the metro lines to Kasumigaseki Station and then getting out at the A8 exit. Then you're literally like already at the first location, and you can just like walk down the street and see like all the other locations. Okay, next we're moving back out of Tokyo again for Bungou Stray Dogs real life locations. So these all take place in Yokohama, which is in Kanagawa, and they're all kind of like spread out around the city. So I'll just try to give like a brief explanation of where each one is. But yeah, yeah, if you're planning to visit Yokohama anyway, definitely make sure to check these locations out along the way. So the first locations are from the episode where Atsushi and Kyoka kind of like explore Yokohama together. And they actually go to like loads of famous spots around the city. Some of the real life locations they visit are Yokohama Cosmo World, Yokohama Chinatown, and also the famous red brick warehouse, which looks exactly the same in real life and in the anime. On top of this, there's also a location where Atsushi is alone, kind of like looking out towards the sea, which also looks almost exactly the same in real life. And this is located at the edge of the Zo no Hana Park, which is like just across from the red brick warehouse. There's also a location from the opening of the anime too, which is near the Zo no Hana sightseeing boat dock. So you can get here by taking the Minato Mirai line to Minato Mirai Station, and then I'd recommend just like walking around the city to see all the locations, because that's what I did and it actually turned into like a really fun day out. Okay, next we have an iconic location from One Punch Man, which is actually Saitama's apartment. Yep, you can actually visit the real life apartment building where Saitama lived. Now, obviously this is actually someone's house, so please don't go inside the actual apartment building. But you can see the outside of the building and also see loads of other locations up and down the street that the apartment building's on. It was actually really fun comparing the like anime to the real life, because it looked like someone had just like copy and pasted it. It's that accurate. So if you're a One Punch Man fan, definitely check it out. So the street is located in Setagaya City near Meidai Maya Station, and it's just about a 5-minute walk from the station to the actual apartment building. And the street's kind of long, so it's hard to know where the apartment building is, but you'll know you're in the right place if you see Meidai Maya Sports Therapy. It's like a little clinic, and also next to it there's like a little car park. So yeah, if you see those two things, you'll know you're in the right place. Okay, next up we have locations from Tokyo Ghoul. So there's actually a lot of Tokyo Ghoul locations around Tokyo, hence the name Tokyo Ghoul. But yeah, today I'm going to be focusing on the ones in Shinjuku. So I'm pretty sure all of these locations are from towards the start of the anime, and I can't actually remember like what happens in the episodes because it was like ages ago that I watched it, but I'm pretty sure it's from like towards the start of it. But yeah, it's from an episode where Toka and Ken go somewhere together. So they first meet at Shinjuku Station East Exit, which is next to Lumine Est in Shinjuku. So there's a couple of locations around here, and then they make their way to Kabukicho. And when they get to Kabukicho, there's a couple of locations around there too. And then if you wait till it gets like a bit dark and make your way back to the main street that connects Kabukicho to the station, you can also see the real life locations of this scene from when Ken was like walking alone. I don't know if it's from the same episode or if it's a different episode. Honestly, like I can't remember, but yeah, it's a different location and it's cool to see it at the same time of what it is in the anime. So you can get here by taking any of the main lines to Shinjuku Station and then getting out at the east exit. Okay guys, there's 2 more animes with real life locations that I want to talk about in this video. So the first one is Bunny Girl Senpai. So these locations are all located inside or around Fujisawa Station, which is in Kanagawa. And it's actually quite close to Enoshima. So if you plan to go to Enoshima, you can easily like add this as a stop along the way. And I think all of these locations are from towards like the start of the anime. So inside the station, you can see these lockers where Mai and Sakuta had a conversation. And these lockers look like exactly like they do in the anime. And then outside, you can see where Mai and Sakuta like walked together. And you can also see this location of Mai on her own. So to get here, take the Shonan Shinjuku line to Fujisawa Station, and you can find all these locations just by like walking around the station. It's fairly small, so I think you'll find them all quite easily. And finally, we've made it to the last anime on this list, which is Your Lie in April. So the most iconic location from this anime is definitely the Shakuji River, which is located inside Nerima City. And guys, if you're going to visit this location, I highly recommend visiting in April when all the sakura's out, because it just makes the location look so much like the anime, and it's also so pretty to see like all the sakura. So this location appears towards the start of the anime when Kosei spots Kaori on his way home from school. Now this river's actually really long, so make sure you get to the part that's closest to Nerima Takanodai Station, then you'll know you're at the right part. So to get here, take the Ikebukuro line to Nerima Takanodai Station and then walk around 5 minutes to the river. Okay, so that's gonna be all the locations locations for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about them all. Like I said, I tried to include locations from like popular anime on this list, but honestly there's so many more locations I could talk about. There's locations from like different anime and even like more locations from animes on this list. So let me know if you'd like a part 2, because I can definitely make one if you want. And if you want to see more of the anime locations I've visited in Japan, make sure to check out my shorts feed or my Instagram and TikTok. And I just want to say a big thank you for watching this video. I've recently made it to like 20,000 subscribers, which is like so exciting for me. And yeah, I want to keep making like videos like these and more vlogs and stuff. So if you could show your support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel, I'd be super grateful. But yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!